applause, everybody. Oh, sorry, you didn't realise she was going? I'm so sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I hope you've enjoyed the dinner. Delighted to welcome you officially to the 9th Annual British National Hunt Breeders' Awards. The committee would particularly like to thank GOTS UK once again for their generous support of the event, to all our award sponsors, to Racing TV for providing us with the winning clips, and you all know the rules by now. The criteria for choosing the winner of each award is it should go to the breeder of the horse whose results during the British racing season have, in the opinion of the judges, that is the TBA National Hunt Committee, most enhanced the prestige of British National Hunt breeding. This doesn't necessarily mean the winner of the most races, or the most important race, or the horse with the highest official rating. So it is, of course, entirely subjective, and you can find us in the bar afterwards. There are three nominees in each category for 10 awards being presented tonight, plus one very special award and 3 additional awards. So there's a lot to do, and we are going to get on with it now. So the first award, ladies and gents, is for leading National Hunt Flat Mare for the Overbury Stud Trophy, which is going to be presented by Simon Sweeting, and Simon is going to come up to present the award. Simon, thanks for your support once again. And the three nominees for the Overbury Trophy are Casamento, who's by Casamento out of Red Hibiscus, trained by Nigel Twiston Davis for Ratcatcher Racing, and bred by Sarah Jane Turner, second in the EBF National Hunt Mares Final at Sandown Park. Lily Duberle by Scirocco out of Lolita Duberle, trained by Stuart Crawford for Simon Munir and Isaac Swed, and bred by John Lightfoot, and second in the race that she'd won the previous year at the Dublin Racing Festival. And Molly's Mango, beautifully bred daughter of Clovis Duberle out of All Like That, trained by Gordon Elliott for Caldwell Construction Limited, and bred by David Futter and Will Kinsey. And Simon, if you could do the honours and read the winner of our first award of the evening, and the winner is
Casamento.
Casamento. And as we watch Casamento, I'm delighted to welcome Sarah Jane Turner, the breeder, to the stage. She was the winner of this all the way to the last stride. But a fantastic run and a fantastic season. Sarah Jane, come and have a chat with me. You've revived and reinvented one of the great families in the stud book, really. The great Jubilee Park family of Red Camellia and Red Peony, Red Hibiscus. What pleasure does this give you this evening?
Immense pleasure, yeah. Great family, Casamento. When I went to Casamento, oh, what are you going to Casamento for with a flat mare, you know?
What were you hoping for?
He had a good downline. I knew he could do it. Yeah, I knew it would click.
And clicked really well.
I wish I could have got more. But they sent him to Ireland. No, they sent him to Switzerland, didn't they?
Did they? Is that where he is now?
No, and then he went back to Ireland, and now unfortunately he's dead.
Oh, well, it's not a particularly happy story for him, but regulars at this particular evening will know it's a tale of triumph and disaster all the way along. But Sarah Jane, for you, for someone who's been doing this for how long now?
40 years.
40 years. To breed a mare like this, does that still really resonate with you? Is it still pretty special?
Oh, very much so. I bet Tara loves as well.
And very smart as well.
Yeah, she was a good mare.
And tell me what's to come. What's happening with the mares at the moment?
Oh, Casameto's down. She foaled last week. Colt foal by Fanter. So yeah, I've only a handful of mares. Just keep going.
Well, you're keeping going. You're more than keeping going. You're doing brilliantly. Thanks so much. Well done. Well done to Sarah Jane. And Sarah Jane's going to have the photograph taken with Simon there. Congratulations to her, and we'll move on to our next award. And our next award is the leading bumper horse for the Shade Oak Trophy, presented by Peter Hocknell, who is here. And Pete's going to come and present the trophy. Long-standing committee member, of course, of the committee and an absolute stalwart of the national hunt breeding scene. Give Peter Hockenall a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. He's applauding. What are we going to do? The three nominees here are, as luck goes by, you're going to be lucky out of She's the Lady, listed winner at Newbury for Ben Brookhouse, rookie trainer, owned and bred by his father Roger. Crest of Glory by Black Sam Bellamy, who was such a wonderful stallion at Pete's own stud, out of Dolly Penrose for trainer Anthony Honeyball, owners Crest Racing and bred by Liz Lucas's Swanbridge Bloodstock, winner of that valuable Goss Bumper at Newbury, and Gentle Slopes by Gentle Wave out of Dalriath, trained by Milton Harris for Anwar Badri and bred by the fastest Yorton Farm stud. So, Pete, those were the nominees, and the winner of the leading bumper horse for the Shade Oak stud decanter is...
Crest of Glory.
Crest of Glory it is! By Black Sam Bellamy out of Dolly Penrose. Let's take a look at Crest of Glory's romp at Newbury as we welcome Liz Lucas to the stage. Just in case you can't see, he's right down in the bottom right-hand corner, about 20 lengths clear of everything else. Liz Lucas, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that's all worked out rather well, hasn't it, Liz? And of course, Dolly Penrose, the dam, was the late Jethro, but better known and loved as Jethro. He nurtured her career, and then you bought her off him. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah, we've had a few of Jethro's mares over the year, and yeah, we've still got her. She's got an Edition Colt foal. We've got a postponed filly, which is the only filly that she's had, so she's obviously staying. But yeah, she's a good mare.
I think Anthony's here, isn't he, Anthony Honeyball?
I think I saw
Are you here? There he is. There he is. He's done it again. Well, yeah, he does a shrinking violet. He won't mind the credit. But I definitely read something somewhere, and I don't know, was it to you that he said, like several months before, we're going to win that Newbury bumper?
He said to me, he said to Aidan Coleman, apparently,
Yeah.
who's on a good thing, apparently.
Yeah. And I'm sure I interviewed Anthony for my podcast about 4 days before, and he had two in the race, and he said, to be honest, Nick, I can't choose between them. So, do you think he was telling me the truth?
I think that might have been a little bit.
This is a family that's going places now, isn't it?
Hopefully. Yeah.
And you've had a terrific season.
Yeah, we've had a brilliant season. Midnight River, he won at Cheltenham on New Year's Day, he won at Aintree, we've had winners in Ireland. It's just been fun. It's been a fabulous year.
And we've got to, say that this is a big team effort, isn't it?
It's a massive team effort, and I couldn't do it without the staff I've got at home. I've got son who's here, still dressed in his work clothes from this afternoon. James, who's worked for me for 25 years. John, who funds all of it, clearly.
John, you know how much this means to Liz tonight, and she's very self-deprecating about all the hard work that goes into this.
We all do a bit. Ollie's there. I wish he would come up. Come on, Ollie.
Come on.
Come on. He's in his work here. He doesn't apologise.
There's only 5 of us, and we work around the clock. Look, all of us national folk work around the clock, but James worked an 18-hour day yesterday. He was here from 5. He started work at 5. He then ended up at the stud run going to Shade Oak. He didn't get back into bed till 12:30 this morning. He was back here at 6 o'clock this morning.
Do moments like this make it all worth it?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's just, I mean, to say my poor phone in the Lammy yard round the back was getting a beating when he was pulling clear this horse. It was just like, oh my goodness.
So hang on, you were in the lambing yard.
Yeah, they're like our kind of organic kind of grazers. They're like our lawnmower.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah. Eco-friendly, all that kind of good stuff. Greta Thunberg would love it. Yeah.
I know I'm from the suburbs, but I just about know what the lambs are. So you're in the lambing yard, you've got your phone,
Yeah.
and what are you doing with it?
Oh, just screaming every superlative under the sun, really, just screaming him home, yeah. And then, of course, there was the Jack Hobbs out of Decision Made Armadillo Jack. He was a bit green, but once he finally figured out what he was doing, he flew past the rest of them to come home second. So, 1-2 for Swanbridge bred horses was pretty good, I think, is an understatement.
All right, now you're just boasting. Listen, the Lucas family have done this industry proud for many years. Congratulations, Liz. Congratulations to you all. Well done. With crest and glory. And somehow Liz finds the time to, I was going to say keep everybody in check on the National Hunt Committee. That's just about right. Right, that's one for the mantelpiece. On we go to the leading novice hurdler for the Peel Bloodstock Trophy presented by Will Kinsey, who is going to come up and present the trophy. Will, if you could come and do the honours for us. All right, the three nominees for the Will Kinsey Peel Bloodstock Trophy are Crambo by Saddlermaker out of Cardline, the EBF final winner in the colours of Sullivan Bloodstock and Chris Giles, bred by Jared Sullivan Bloodstock and trained by Fergal O'Brien. In the Pocket, winner of the top novice hurdle in Aintree, a great fourth at the Cheltenham Festival by Blue Brazil out of Ingressa, Ireland, for owner JP McManus, bred by Tessa Greatrex and Dave Futter. And Making Your Mind Up by Kate Tara out of Subtlety, trained by Paul Nichols for the owners group and bred by Millhouse Stud and Kathy Stewart. So, Mr. Will Kinsey, for the Peel Bloodstock Trophy, the winner of the Outstanding Novice Hurdler is... everyone else has managed to do this, but... like Gerald Ford, you can't hold a trophy and read it at the same time. And the winner is...
In the Pocket.
In the Pocket it is. Can you say that for me? Please welcome to the stage the breeders of In the Pocket as we watch his famous win in the top novice at Aintree, Tessa Greatrex and Dave Futter. There we are. What a great result for Ingressa Island and for Blue Brazil. Now, Tessa. This was a great day at Aintree because your husband Warren won the Topham on the same day. You'd already bred a Grade 1 winner, and I thought Tessa's a very sensible person. She understands what you need to as a broodmare, and so when you sent your mare to be covered with form figures of 3P, 85P, what were you thinking?
What in there?
Oh yeah, but that was the season before.
It was at the end, wasn't it?
But you must have seen something. This is inspired. You've got a Grade 1 winner. She's got 2 other winners. She's the gift that keeps on giving.
I'd love to say I'm that clever, but I just like the idea of having a brood mare, and Dave wanted to take our chair, and that's how it started. I mean, there's nothing clever about it.
But she's a half sister to a pretty good horse, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. Yeah. Who's that? Just checking.
So it made some sense.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. But I mean, I've always wanted to have a brood mare breed, and so this was kind of the way I thought.
But everybody will be thinking, right, Tessa's done everything. She's bought all these lovely horses. She's bought Grade 1 horses. She's been involved in Grade 1 winners with Warren. But this is just a little bit different, a little bit special.
Oh, it's very special. I mean, I just couldn't really believe it. I was speechless. Dave's like, oh my God, and I'm like, no, it's just pathetic. I just couldn't believe it.
You know, you found the right man to twist your arm because he's twisted a few arms in his time. Right, Mr. Futter, this is a good horse.
Yeah, we hope so. Yeah, we hope a lot of fun with it. And Tess and I, how clever breeders we are, we thought she wasn't that good, so we left her empty for 3 years. And then we thought we better get like a full cash for round up and said, this one looks pretty good, Dave. You got it. And I said, oh, right, Tess. I said, I'll go and get that mare out of the field and we'll cover her again now. So we got home with her again. But they come. What I'm trying to say is, they come from funny places, don't they? From all over. She wouldn't be the mare that we thought would produce a Grade 1 winner, but she's done it. So it's a bit of hope for all of us in the room. We're still breeding.
Well, they do come from funny places. You're on the stage after all. Congratulations to you both, Tess, Dave, Will. Thank you very much. Right. Good horse. A good horse in the pocket. Well done to JP McManus, to Henry de Bromhead, and to the breeders Tessa and Dave. Right, the next award is for the leading mare's novice hurdler for the Midnight Legend Trophy, a horse that truly lived up to his name as one of the great stallions who stood in Great Britain for so long. For David and Kathleen Holmes, who are here today. Kathleen is going to come and present the trophy for us. We've had so much fun on this stage over the years. Please give Kathleen Holmes a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. The Midnight Legend legacy is one that lives on. Right, the three nominees are... Actually, before we start, I've got to ask you, how's Midnight's legacy getting on?
He's doing very well, actually. He's getting scanning his merge in full and he's taken to his new job. He's very happy.
Brilliant, and I mean that was an absolute dream, and it's come to reality. This, if you're probably familiar with the story, if you're not, son of Midnight's Legend, won over hurdles and was very good on the flat as well. And David and Kathy had an ambition to stand the son of Midnight Legend. You're doing it now with the help of Dan and Grace Skelton at All Park Stud, and it's going well.
We are indeed. It's an excellent place for him to stand. They're very enthusiastic to have him. And I think the great thing is about this horse, okay, we've had stallions winning grade ones, group ones, not producing, but this horse has got the genes. He's the only horse with his Midnight Legend genes. So I'm very enthusiastic that he might be a success.
So you should do. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Right, the nominees for David and Kathleen's award today for leading mares novice hurdler are Lucia by the Gurkha out of Earth Amber, trained for Pump and Plant Services by Nikki Henderson, Katira by Kate Tara out of Raytira, trained by Dan Skelton for the breeders Robert and Jackie Chugg and himself, Dan Skelton, and You Wear It Well by Midnight Legend out of Annie's Answer, trained by Jamie Snowden for Sir Chips Keswick and bred by Reg and Jane Makin. And David and Kathleen, you are going to read the winner for us of the leading mares novice hurdler, and the winner is...
You Wear It Well.
How appropriate, by Midnight Legend, You Wear It Well. And I'm thrilled to say that Jane Makin, the breeder of You Wear It Well, is here as we enjoy her famous triumph in the mares novices hurdle, the Dawn Run novices hurdle at the Cheltenham Festival.
You Wear It Well has been on the sharp end all the way, and a real gallant display to win the Jack Bromhead Mares hurdle.
Absolutely brilliant performance in the colours of Sir Chips Keswick for Jamie Snowden, and this is a family that has served Jane and her late husband Reg incredibly well. A half-sister to their brilliant chaperone, and out of Annie's Answer. Jane, this is a wonderful story, a great story, and a great tribute to you and your breeding operation. What does it mean to you tonight?
Oh, it means everything, everything. But we had so much pleasure from Annie's Answer, racing her, and then breeding from her, and then this one's done this. It's absolutely wonderful. That's all. We don't have a big operation. We were training to start with, and then as I got older, we decided we'd start and breed. Then Reg passed away, and we bred this. We'd had this covered. Yeah, we'd had that one covered by Midnight Legend for Annie, and look how it's turned out. We sold her here at the sales, and she got a wonderful home. She got a wonderful start. They didn't do it too quickly. They let her come on, and it's just amazing, amazing.
And maybe just how you'd have done it yourself. I remember did you not train Annie's Answer to win her first point to begin?
We did. Yeah, we did.
Hexham, was it Hexham?
I can't remember where she won. I can't remember.
And then Chaperone you did amazingly well with too, out of the same man.
Out of Annie, yeah. She just had a fall by passing glance.
Brilliant.
Yeah, Annie was an absolute fairy tale. Because we bought Annie, we bought her in Ireland and took her home and broke her. And then people were saying, oh, blimey, that horse is no, what was she by? Flemingsforth was saying, you can't break him, you can't train him, you can't do anything. And we didn't know anything about this. And I'd gone on and I was doing all the riding and all the work at that time. Got on her, not a minute's trouble, not a minute's trouble. But she could buck.
She could buck.
She could buck. But she used to go up straight, send me up straight. There'd be this gap between me and the horse. But she was always there when I came back down. She didn't go to do me, you know, she was absolutely wonderful.
She could buck.
her.
But you could sit.
At that time, yeah. I can't get on now.
I'd say you can. I'd say this is a fantastic achievement. Reg would be incredibly proud, wouldn't he?
I feel sure he would, yes, yeah. But we should have had 3 midnight legends. He wouldn't go to midnight legends till the very end, and this is the result.
It only took 5 minutes to get her informed.
Pull the fall out, and you held the mare while she was having it put in. Most of the ones that we have.
I'll just add my penny.
Oh, Christ.
Well, it's a funny story because Reg said, we'd have used Midnight Legend a lot earlier, but we thought it was unfertile. Anyway, they only came once, and this is the result. So.
Once because I booked him in with Midnight Legend because Reg wouldn't let me bring it.
Oh.
Reg, I don't want to say anything, but Jane was right.
It was a bit cantankerous. We'll leave it at that.
Listen, I'm loving this. I'll see you in the bar afterwards. Well done, everyone. Jane Makin, ladies and gentlemen. That's why this is the best night of the year. Right, the next award. David, lead the way. You know what you're doing now. It's the Yorton Trophy. David Futter, you're up again. Sponsor of the Leading Novice Chaser. And the 3 nominees for Leading Novice Chaser are Bold Endeavour by Fame and Glory out of Araucaria, trained for Countrywide by Nikki Henderson, bred by Lisa Hales. Not Long Till May by Malinas out of Tara Croft, trained by Laura Morgan, who's had such a great season, for owner Alan Rogers and breeder Brian Forrester. And Time Hill by Cape Tara out of Rosita Bay, trained by Philip Mogson Johnson White for the Haywoods and the Englands, and bred by Simon Sweeting's Overbreed Stallions Limited. So, Lester Futter is here to do the honours. Lester, who has won the Yorton Trophy for Leading Novice Chaser?
Time Hill.
Time Hill! And as we see Time Hill winning the Cordo Star Novice Chaser, Kempton Park, Grade 1, welcome Simon Sweeting to the stage, the man who for so many years stood the great late Cape Tara. Time Hill, a previous winner here as well, and his crowning moment as a chaser. He came late to chasing, was winning the Corto Star. He's been a bit of an overachiever, winning that as a chaser. Staying hurdler is how he's best known. Simon, how much satisfaction does it give you that the Cape Tara story just keeps rolling and rolling?
It's fabulous. We've got another few years of it to go, I think. And I remember saying to David and Kathleen when Midnight Legend finished, you know, the story's not over yet. You've got another sort of 10 years or so of fun to watch on Saturday afternoon. So we're very, very lucky.
And there's some really nice young ones here. So how young is his youngest crop now, Cape Tara?
I think he's got 2-year-olds, a few of those, but
a sprinkling.
Just a little sprinkling. But there's some decent ones out there. Edward Stone, obviously, leading the charge at the moment.
But some nice youngsters to come.
There's plenty there. I can't off the top of my head.
Don't worry, I'm not putting you on the spot. But he's been a wonderful servant. Thanks so much again for accepting the award on his behalf. And well done with Time Hill.
Thanks, Nick.
Simon Sweeting from Overbreed Star. Thank you, Lester. All right, on we go to the 6th award of the evening, which is for the leading hurdling mare for the Mickley Stud Trophy, presented by Richard Kent, who gave one of the great interviews of the year the other day. I think it was on Sky Sports Racing. Here he is again. Richard, thank you very much. Round of applause for Richard. The 3 nominees are Glimpse of Gala by Passing Glance out of Apple Days, trained by Charlie Longston for the Tweed-clad Fossils and bred by Fran Marriott. Honeysuckle by Suleimani out of First Royal, trained of course by Henry de Bromhead for Kenny Alexander and bred by Dr. Guy at Doug Proctor's Glanville Stud. And Ollie's Wishes by Black Sam Bellamy out of September Moon, trained by Dan Skelton for owner breeders Dean and Keith Pugh. Richard Kent, your time has come. Honeysuckle. There he is. Honeysuckle it is. Honeysuckle, she's won again, ladies and gentlemen. The brilliant dual champion hurdler, the brilliant winner of the Mayor's Hurdle again this year. What a crowning moment she gave us at the festival. Let's enjoy it again as she beats Love Envoy that famous Tuesday afternoon under Rachel Blackmore.
Second position, Love on one, Facebook Live.
Do you know, it was nearly as good as that day at Huntingdon when your son rode the winner at what price?
66 to 1.
Fancy that. And what's happened to that horse now? Actually, maybe don't answer, I don't.
Sold him, he won 5 on the bounce, finished up winning a 0 to 140 at Cheltenham, and then the ground's been a bit soft for him since, so it's been disappointing.
Alright, he's not a one-hit wonder, ladies and gentlemen, this man, Doug Proctor, but we need to talk about Honeysuckle, and we need to talk about that day particularly, because you're already involved in the breeding of one of the greats, a dual champion hurdler. But that special day, for Henry de Bromhead, and Rachel Blackmore, and for all your team, just talk to me a little bit about that and how you felt.
Well, Lucy and I went up. I would have loved for Lucy to be able to come today, but we've got a mare waxed up and she's walking one in tomorrow. We went up. She, for the first time we'd watched her be beaten, which was interesting. And then we watched it in front of the stands. The girls, I don't know if people have seen it, the girls from GBRI filmed Lucy and I watching it. I put it on bloody TikTok with my 18-year-old son came and said, Dad, you and Mum on TikTok? It displayed what, people always knock so that, their ratings weren't that high and things, but also, the great thing about Honeysuckle is the number of times she came and raced, and she didn't miss a beat. The only race she ever missed was the novice mares race at Cheltenham. The fact that nothing went wrong is astonishing, and just you saw why when she buckled down and went on and went back past Harry's mare. And we were lucky to be in the parade ring as she came back in, and you could hear her. You could track her progress the other side of the stands from the noise. And I've just never known anything like it on a racecourse when she came back into that winner's enclosure. It was unbelievably special. And then as she walked out to leave for the last time, Lucy took a picture of her. And there's her turning left, leaving the parade ring. And there's a big screen in the background, and they were running clips of her previous races. And it's all in the same photo. Grand photo, and just to watch her leave and to think that's the last time she's on a race course was, it was pretty special for us. And then GBRI provided me with champagne for the rest of the day, and I was classed.
Happy days. Well done, Doug. We've had so many special memories. You and your team have provided them. Thanks so much. Congratulations to Doug Proctor, to Jeffrey Guy, Glanville Stud, Honeysuckle, the winner of the leading hurdling mare. Richard, thanks for your support as always. The leading chase mare is the elusive Bloodstock Trophy presented by James Gray. James is here. Give James a round of applause, please. And the 3 nominees are Pink Legend by Midnight Legend out of Red and White. Twice placed at the festival, this mare for Venetia Williams and owner breeder Frank Marr. Snow Leopardess by Marceline out of Queen Soraya. Trained by Charlie Longston for owner breeder Marietta Fox Pitt. That brilliant second at Haydock, the highlight of her season. And Tweed Skirt by Marceline out of Theatre Girl, trained by Nikki Henderson for Goldford Stud, and whose relative realised the top price at today's sale. And James, the winner of the leading chase mare is
Pink Legend.
Pink Legend it is. And as we see her on one of her finest moments of the season, winning a really good race at Exeter, please welcome her breeder and owner, Frank Marr, to the stage. Frank. Pink Legend. Well, you could say that. She's been an absolute crackerjack for you, Frank, hasn't she?
Absolutely. Yeah, she's wonderful. We've had her, well, she's 9 now, and she's been winning since she was 4. And this season, she's been absolutely brilliant. And she won on Cheltenham on the Thursday, and then went to Perth and won on the following the following Wednesday. 2 miles at Cheltenham and 3 miles at Perth. And over 2.5 as well.
She's so tough, and twice she's been to that Mayor's Day at Cheltenham and won for you. And the first time, and I know you weren't too well at the time, and Venetia was just, couldn't have been more thrilled for you and all the endeavour that you've put into to breeding horse.
Yeah, they kept me going, that. Big Legend kept me going when I was really ill. So it's great. And she'll make a wonderful brood mare, I think.
Well, it's wonderful that you're here to receive the award tonight. It's great to see you here. Thank you for all the pleasure you've given us through her exploits.
Thanks very much.
Frank Martin, ladies and gentlemen, owner breeder of King Legend. Next up is the Whitbread Silver Salver, and Kate Sigsworth is going to come and join me to present the award, and it's the first of our Stallion Awards. It's presented to the leading active stallion for National Hunt earnings in the 22-23 season, whose progeny was sired in Great Britain. Got that? And the winner of the Whitbread Silver Salver, and there are some, Kate, while you're opening that, I'm just going to have a look at some of the names on here. First presented by Colonel Whitbread in 1982. Space King was the first winner. And then some great names. Precipice Wood, Idiot's Delight, Celtic Code about 5 times, Oats 3 times, Gunner Bee 4 times, Alflora 3 times, Cave Tara so many times I can't read them out. Nathaniel the last couple of times with the sprinklings to Harry Lewis's and Midnight Legends and Oats's and all others. And the winner this year, Kate, is
Blue Brazil.
the sire, of course, of the horse we were hearing about a little bit earlier on, and of course Constitution Hill, Blue Brazil. Please welcome David Futter to receive the award. Blue Brazil stood at the time of his British progeny at Yorton Farm Stud in Shropshire, and of course is now standing at Rathbarry in Ireland, where he is going from strength to strength. Started off life in France and has made an impact in each of the countries that he's stood in. And Sire, one of the greatest we've seen, I think, in Constitution Hill. But he, David, is no one-hit wonder. He has been nothing short of a sensation, Blue Brazil. Why do you think that is?
Well, if I knew the answer to that, I'd buy the next one. Look, he looks well above average, and it's not just about the stallion really. All the Constitution Hill in the pocket, and all the other good horses that are going to come from him, are all from the British breeders. They've made the horse. His friends, he did breed some good ones in France, but it's what we can do as an industry. If we pull together, drop on the right stallion, our mares are as good as any other country in Ireland or France.
I was reading an article with Barry Geraghty the other day, who of course consigned Constitution Hill, having finished second in a point-to-point, and he was saying that one of the reasons he liked Blue Brazil, went for Blue Brazil, was that he'd ridden a few of them, and even the ones he'd ridden, even if they weren't top-notchers, he felt when he rode them, they were up for it. They wanted it. They wanted to do the job.
Yeah, we get these reports back, but the one thing I've learned, and I've made many mistakes buying stallions, but the one thing I've learned is they don't always pass on their ability, they don't always pass on their conformation, but they virtually always do pass on their mind. He has a very good mind. Apparently they go back to the box. They look a little bit like me. They eat and they sleep and
they do themselves well.
Yeah, exactly. And they're hard to put to work. They seem to. That's a good mind is one of the trainable. Yeah.
That's definitely not like you, but they need plenty of work. They're tough. They're honest. They're genuine. Congratulations, a very proud moment. Dave, well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Blue Brazil, the winner of the Whitbread Silver Salver. The leading hurdler is for the High Flyer Bloodstock Trophy, presented by Anthony Bromley and Tessa Grapetrix. I'm hoping Ant and Tess are going to present the trophy together. And the 3 nominees for leading hurdler. This is a good trio too. Horse called Constitution Hill, by Blue Brazil, and a Queen of the Stage, bred by Sally Newt, trained of course by Nicky Henderson for Michael Buckley. And Constitution Hill's full sister has just been born at Jane McGibbon's Dash Grange stud. Dash or Drasher, by Passing Glance out of So Long for Jeremy Scott, owners Richard Locke and Bridget Tully, and bred by Jeremy's wife Camilla, and I Like to Move It by Trans Island out of Nobrat in Etta, trained by Nigel Twiston Davis for Anne-Marie and Jamie Shepherd, and bred by Mr. and Mrs. John Dawson, and the leading hurdler. I mean, it's not really a drum roll moment, Ant, but the leading hurdler is.
I'd like to know, sorry, Constitution Hill.
Please welcome, as we see one of his imperious strides, breeder Sally Newt once again to the stage. Sally. Can't believe he only won by about 10 lengths. Sally, pun fully intended, you are queen of this stage again with Constitution Hill, and your mare that you moved on to Jane McGibbon, queen of the stage. You said the other day that each and every one of his victories gives you, as much pleasure as you could possibly imagine. And is that still the case, even though you're no longer sort of doing the job, full time?
Absolutely. That clip there from, Cheltenham, and I put my grandchildren to bed at night. I subject them to watching the racing, so they have to watch it. And they ask me for it every time I put them to bed. And every time I watch it, I still get butterflies in my stomach. I get so excited. Over and over again, I could watch it all the time. It's wonderful.
And we've spoken on this stage before about, the journey with brood mares. You're in the game, and then you kind of need to kind of think about other things and move on to other interests. But does it make everything that went before worthwhile?
Oh, absolutely, yes. We had a wonderful time. We totally enjoyed doing everything that we've done, breeding. I loved every minute of it, yeah.
And as I say, you moved Queen of the Stage on to Jane. She's had a full sister by Blue Brazil. Do you still keep up with her exploits?
No, I haven't really. I haven't spoken to her really about it now since. But I must actually. I do mean to speak to her. And Simon's over there, and then the filly's over there. But yeah, I shall get great joy out of watching the filly, and what happens to it, and everything to do with Queen of the Stage.
Whatever happens, you did a great thing for this industry. Sally, thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Sally Newt, breeder of Constitution Hill. All right, the leading chaser, ladies and gents, is the Batsford Stud Trophy presented by was going to be presented by Alan Berry, but I think Liz Lucas is going to come and do the honours on Alan's behalf, because he sadly can't be here tonight. And the leading chaser nominees are Edwardstone by Cave Tara out of Nothing to Lose, trained for Robert A. Briany and Thurtle the Breeders by Alan King. Lamilos by Scirocco out of Banjack's Girl, trained for the owners of the Jolly Good Partnership by Dan Skelton and bred by Little Lodge Farm, the Chugs, and Rainston Farm, the Fowlers. And Midnight River by Midnight Legend out of Well Connected, trained again by Dan Skelton for owner Frank McAlevey and Liz Lucas's Swanbridge Bloodstock. Liz, the winner of the leading chaser for the Batsford Stud Trophy. You see, I knew you'd be the person who could hold the decanter and open the envelope at the same time.
For multitask.
Correct.
Oh.
The winner is?
Edwardstone.
Edwardstone it is. Brilliant winner of the Tingle Creek this year. Last year's Arkle winner. Ian Thurtle's here today with their daughters Alice and Katie. Please welcome them to the stage as we watch him breeze home at Sandown.
With a 7-8 length advantage, Edwardstone, the new star in town, wins the Betfair Tingle Creek. Riveting in second.
A family triumph in more respects than one. Go on, give the Thurtle family another round of applause. Well, the journey continues. The journey continues, and it's been a wonderful one too. That day at Sandown must have been pretty special. Where did that rank amongst all these great wins?
Well, he wasn't expected to win that day. It was first time out this season because it's been a very difficult autumn for him with the ground. And we weren't expecting it, but it makes it all very special.
And just for the whole family, Alice, I'll come to you first. Just what's it meant to you all to share in this?
Yeah, it's just amazing. He's taken us to the biggest and most amazing days, and we all get there's probably about 20 of us every time he runs, and we all go out and have a great time. But it's surreal. You're in the paddock at Cheltenham, and we think we should be at kind of Maysmore point to point, instead. Not really meant to be there, but no, he's incredible, and just, yeah, it's dream come true.
Katie?
I mean, I don't know, what he did as a novice was amazing, and then to go and do that in a Tingle Creek was just completely unexpected, and yeah. So it just doesn't really happen. You don't put your pointer in fall and get that.
Except one man does, and he's here with it.
We've got the mayor of Eccleston's mother. We've got a nice 3-year-old boy Blue Brazil.
Good choice.
Yeah, so we're keeping our fingers crossed.
Fantastic. Good luck with him. Thank you all so much. Congratulations to the Thurtle family and to the great Edward Stone once again. On we go. The next award is the leading active British-based stallion by number of chase winners. And this is for the Horse and Hound Cup. And joining me to present this magnificent piece of silverware. Do you know, they say that British can't do prize money very well, but we can do trophies quite well. Look at these tonight. Absolutely tremendous this is for the Horse and Hound Trophy. And the winner for the most chase winners of a British-based stallion this season is...
I'm not going to multitask with that. It's Chaparelli.
Chaparelli it is. For Overbury Stud and Simon Sweeting. Simon, come and pick up the trophy. Most of the year, Chaparelli, this stallion by Monson who produces such tough, hardy offspring, most of the year he goes relatively unheralded in the punditry department. But quite often, once a year, Simon, he gets properly garlanded here, because this isn't his first rodeo, is it?
I think this is his third one, but he is a quiet overachiever, I would say. He's done well, just gently gets on with it. He's an old boy now. He's not going to cover a lot of mares this year, but he has his days out in the field, comes and covers one occasionally, but he's got some good horses to come, Hull and Back probably being the best of them.
And the point about Chaparelli is that it's entirely appropriate that he should be winning this trophy for steeplechasers. You know, they are in an old-fashioned mould, his horses, aren't they?
They are. He's a big, strong lad, and that's what he gets, so they should be jumping fences.
In the very essence of why we're here. It's no mean achievement to win this 3 times. Congratulations to Simon Sweeting, everybody at Overbury, and Chaparelli. Okay, the special award today is the Eric Gilly Limited Trophy, and the 12th award tonight. The recipient of this award has been chosen especially by the TBA National Hunt Committee for his guts and tenacity and his durability, his immense likability. Philippa Gilly is here to present the award once again. Philippa, thank you for your support. So the winner this year was a conditions winner over hurdles at Aintree to open his season. But he's been taken into the hearts of you and the racing public through so many of his displays under both codes. Second but over fences to the previous year's Grand National winner, he then reverted to hurdles. Some might say foolish, not his best discipline, not a bit of it. It was an inspired move. He was second in the Rel Keel hurdle, in the Cleve hurdle, then found the Cheltenham Hill and a Prestbury Park True Specialist just in his way from being victorious in the Stayers hurdle. He is a fantastic advertisement for persistence, for the longevity of British breeding, and for some brilliant, patient, innovative and imaginative training. And his name is...
Dashel Drasher.
Dashel Drasher is the winner of the special award. And as we watch him running his heart out again at Cheltenham, the yellow cap there, please welcome Jeremy and Camilla Scott to the stage. What a family triumph it has been. And of course he got his second placing back as well, but that's one for another day. Today's the day, Camilla and Jeremy, to really celebrate. Come and have a chat with us to really celebrate this cracking horse, Camilla, because this goes back generations. Am I right in thinking that you inherited his granddam from your own parents who'd had the family for eons?
Eons, yeah. So, yeah, 4th, 5th generation, yeah.
And was it just that you wanted to really carry on the family tradition?
Yeah, I suppose so. We have the mare,
yeah, we appointed her, she won, and then we thought, yeah, we'll just put her on the poll and see what we got.
You've got something really pretty special.
Very special, really special. Probably wouldn't win it, you wouldn't get a lot of money for it at the sales, you wouldn't be everybody's cup of tea, but it's what's inside them that counts.
Was he your cup of tea early on? What did you think when you first had him as a youngster?
He was a nice foal. He just was a nice foal.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a stubborn old sod, really. I mean, he's a bit numb, if anything. But yeah, I mean, you can tell that's a foal, but he's he's just got a heart of heart of a lion, and yeah, he's pulled it out of the bag a few times for us.
He has, and I made mention of the way you've trained him. You've mixed it and matched it and tried to find the best opportunities. And when you've thrown him the ball, he's invariably run with it for you.
Well, hopefully that's kind of our job. Try and get them in the races that they can shine in, and we chose the hurdle route this year because we thought it was probably easier than going over fences for him, and yeah, maybe next year we'll revert back to fences, but no, he's been an absolute trooper this year.
And Camilla, are there more to come? Are there the mare's still with us, isn't she?
She had a full brother last week, really, really nice. She's 23 now, and she's just produced the most fabulous colt.
I saw a picture of her that I think you posted on social media the other day. She looks about 8.
Yeah, she's 23.
She's unbelievable.
Yeah, she's tough. You can count her soul bag, and she's and yeah, her boys seem to have a bit of that about them as well.
Excellent. I think we know now what you need to succeed in this game, but these are two of the nicest people in the game, so I don't know where it comes from. Jeremy, Camilla, congratulations, richly deserved. Dashel Grafton, the winner of the Eric Gilly Limited Trophy. All right. Now on to the National Hunt Broodmare of the Year for the Dudgeon Cup, sponsored by Ulm Park Stud. So I was hoping for Grace, but it's Dan.
You would be open.
Yeah. Dan, thank you for presenting the award for us. Despite there being a number of candidates for the award from this past season, the committee was in complete agreement for the National Hunt Broodmare of the Year for the Dudgeon Cup. Dan. The Dudgeon Cup this year goes to
Queen of the Stage.
Queen of the Stage, down Constitution Hill, Sally Newts. The stage is yours again. Congratulations, a once-in-a-lifetime horse, a once-in-a-generation horse. And yeah, he's over here, the others are somewhere over there. That was the Christmas hurdle, maybe the most impressive success of all of them. I think Dan's just doing a transaction at the moment. Sally's going to go back into the game. We've got a couple of broodmares for us, nice stallions at home as well. Listen, I think we've pretty much said it all, but are you going to have room on your mantelpiece for all of these now?
Yeah, just a bit of a shock. Fantastic. It's wonderful. Thank you. I'm very proud to get this.
As you should be. Sally, thanks so much. Well,
Thank you very much.
Sally Newt, breeder of Constitution Hill. Sally, I'll train the first one for free.
Didn't quite get there.
Did you not? There's plenty of time. All right. The next award is the National Hunt Achievement Award for the Queen Mother's Silver Salver. And please welcome back to the stage the TBA National Hunt Committee Chairman Simon Cox to present the award. Simon, thank you very much. The winner this year. Always enthusiastic, but always an innovator. His determination to showcase and sell stock early in its career. He is the keenest advocate of bringing new entrants into the world of bloodstock, whether they are people who've never taken an interest in the game, people who are keen racegoers, trainers, owners who perhaps haven't taken an interest in the bloodstock side of things, or indeed horses that frankly nobody's ever heard of, and suddenly 3 or 4 years later they're the most popular stallion in Europe. He's a stallion master not afraid to take a chance on a stallion. Sires that have stood at his farm have been responsible for some of the best hurdlers of any era over the past 5 years. He himself became a Grade 1 winning breeder this season, as we saw earlier, and graduates of the Studs pin hooking operation have won some of Britain and Ireland's best races. I always remind him to tell everybody, because I think it's an extraordinary achievement, that two of the most celebrated horses over hurdles of this or any other generation were conceived in the same covering barn by two stallions that he had faith in, sourced from entirely different places, entirely different provenance, just a couple of years apart from one another, Honeysuckle and Constitution Hill by Suleimani and Blue Brazil, respectively. So, Simon, the winner of this prestigious Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth Queen Mother Trophy is...
David Fusser.
David Fusser, ladies and gentlemen. Having a look at In the Pockets and Maximilian, two York Farm graduates.
What a great performance.
Well, you've had a decent night. Come in, don't be shy. That will be a first. It's been a good night. Now you've been a big part of this night, setting this up with your late great friend Richard Aston. You're the first two people to suggest the evening 10, 12 years ago. It's been an extraordinary ride since then. How does it feel to you now to be recognised by everybody in this room?
I feel very flattered and privileged to, I'm fortunate to be part of such a wonderful industry. It has its ups and downs, but you have to keep picking yourself up and going forward. And for a lad who came from a housing estate with no background horses, I never thought I'd ever own a horse, never mind to achieve what I've all done with my family and all the people that helped me.
So, you talk about your background. At what point in your life did you think, I want to raise and breed horses? That's what I want to do.
When I was at school, I didn't realise I wasn't going to get any exams, and I used to just go down to the local stable yard and mess about with the horses, and you had some kind of affinity, or people kept telling me I had some kind of affinity with the horses, and that's how it started, really. Yeah.
And in terms of what you've built up now at York, and particularly in the last few years with your sons Lester and Riley, and now with your partner Berta, what are you trying to achieve?
We want to create something that, obviously there's Yorkton, we want to make Yorkton successful, but really for the British breeders to be recognised for breeding successful horses. What we've done there, we've been very fortunate standing Suleimani and Blue Brazil, but if we can leave it in a better place than when we started. I've been lucky with Goffs. We had Yorkton, and the team at Yorkton had a vision of starting off sales. I think in France, there's no better stallions, there's no better mares, no better trainers, jockeys. They just start the horses off earlier. And I thought that's something that we should try and do. You know, most of the good ideas are pinched anyway, so it's something they do over there. And I think now we've started to do it over here. And I think most trainers, although 5, 6 years ago, they weren't all up for starting them earlier. Even if you don't race them to the 5, I think if you start doing something with them when they're yearlings and 2-year-olds, it will benefit them long term.
I'm not suggesting, Dave, that you're gung-ho, but you need a bit of madness in this sport. And there have been times along the way, and you've acquired a lot of stallions, a lot of mares, you've built up the business, where there's been choices of doing something and not doing something. Would it be fair to say that the answer with you is always yes?
Yeah, you never be afraid of getting it wrong. You know, we all get it wrong. I get it wrong as many times as, but if you don't make a decision, you'll never get it. You'll never get it right.
Congratulations.
Cheers. Thank you, Nick.
David Fusser, ladies and gentlemen, winner of the Queen Mother's Silver Salver. Congratulations to him and to all the team at Yorkton. And that, ladies and gentlemen, completes the 9th annual National Hunt Breeders' Awards evening. Thank you to all our sponsors. Familiar faces, yes, but so loved, so respected, so treasured. Without you all, we wouldn't be able to do it, and we certainly wouldn't be able to do this without all the team, the TBA, Charlie and Charlotte and Rob Davey and Olivia, as I was saying earlier, and Simon and all his committee team, and particularly to the legend that is Liz Lucas. Liz, thanks so much and congratulations. Enjoy the rest of your evening, everybody. Thanks so much once again. We'll see you again next year. And before I go, we need to get all of you who have won this evening to come up for a winner's photo. So all the winners, please, up to join Dave here, and Sarah's going to take a picture of all of you who won last time. Thank you very much.